What is going on, everybody? Kendall from Otter Creek Aquatics, and today I wanted to share with you a significant money saver that has also allowed me to be successful with my planted tanks. So make sure you stay tuned for the whole video, and I hope this allows you to save some money on your planted tanks and at the same time be successful. So let's go ahead and dive into the video. For today's video, we're going to be looking at how you can create your own root tabs so that you can save a significant amount of money in that area of the hobby. I don't know about you, but I like to save my money where I can. That way I can take that money I saved and use it in different areas of the hobby. Now, if you only have one or two 10-gallon tanks, then it may make sense to go ahead and get the name brand root tabs, because you know you're still going to get a significant amount of time for your money. But when it comes to MTS or multiple tank syndrome, and you go to start building a fish room or getting a whole bunch of tanks, then this can be a very inexpensive way to go. So let's go ahead and talk about the ingredients that you're going to need to create these tiny little root tabs. So the first thing that you're going to need is size 00 gelatin capsules. And the reason that they need to be the gelatin capsules is because once you get them into the water and down into the substrate, the actual capsule itself is going to dissolve, just leaving the fertilizer down in the substrate. And what are we going to fill these gelatin capsules full of? We're going to fill it full of the Osmocote Plus. And you can get both of these off of either Amazon or eBay. You can even pick up the Osmocote Plus at Walmart or your local hardware store. But let's go ahead and show how we're going to actually create these root tabs, and then we'll show after that how we're going to get them planted down into the substrate so that they actually work. Alright, so I'm actually going to use this My Aquarium box to make a little table so we could do this. And as you can see here, it's actually root tabs. And this is actually what I keep my supplies in, so it comes in handy for that. But what we're going to do, we're going to take this bag full of these 00 gelatin capsules. I'm just going to pull one out here. Take my Osmocote Plus, and the way that I like to do this is just flip the cap over, and then we can pour some down in there, and this makes it really easy to scoop out. So you just take this gelatin capsule and pull it apart, and you have a bigger side which is shorter and a smaller side which is longer. You're going to want to take that longer side and just fill it up, and you're going to take this short, wider side and just put it on there. And you may not be able to hear this, but then it locks tight. Once you close it, it locks tight. You can shake it, you can do whatever, it's not going to come apart unless you pull it off, obviously. And then there you go, there's one done. That took what, 2 seconds, and it comes in a bag of 1,000, the 00. You may be able to get less than that, I'm not sure, but it's really cheap, and so is the Osmocote Plus. So for a cheap price you can make a lot of root tabs. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to plant the one that we just made. So you can use your hand and just put it down in the substrate like that, or I like to use these long straight tweezers and get it on there nice and straight. And we put it down in here. This tank is super deep, so definitely gonna get my sleeves wet. Then you just want to go down as deep as you can into the substrate. And I'll show you why you want to do that. So if you don't put it deep down into the substrate, or when you're going to put it in you accidentally let go, it will float up to the surface. So as many times as I try to put it down in there and let it go, it'll just float back up. And you do want to get it in there as quickly as possible, because like I said earlier, the gelatin capsules do dissolve, and they start to dissolve as soon as you put them in the water. They dissolve super quick, so you want to get it down in there. That way it's not going to float up to the surface on you, and you're not going to have any problems. So those of you that plan on giving this a try, I do want you to know that there are some risks involved, and one of the biggest risks being you may get an ammonia spike, because what these root tabs do, they create ammonia, and then the nitrogen cycle takes over. The ammonia then gets converted to nitrites, then the nitrites can get converted to nitrates, and then your plants are going to consume those nitrates as food, and that's what's going to get them to grow. So just because you have an abundance of root tabs for a cheap amount of money doesn't mean that you need to go putting 50 root tabs into a 10-gallon tank right off the bat because you think that's going to make your plants grow faster. What that's going to do is going to give you an ammonia spike, possibly kill all of your fish, and then you're going to have too much nitrates for your plants to actually consume, so then you're going to get algae. So you definitely don't want that. Make sure you take your time, only add a few root tabs at a time, then at the end of the week check your nitrates. If you're running out of nitrates, then you may be able to add a few more. So make sure you take your time, and make sure you don't run into any ammonia spikes or a abundance of nitrates. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of these Osmocote Plus DIY root tabs. Have you ever used them before, or do you plan on using them? If you have any more questions, my email's down in the description. And if you're using a different type of root tab, let me know down in the comments. That way other people can see what type of root tabs you prefer. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ding that notification bell. That way you know every time I upload a new video going forward. Thank you all for stopping by for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.